Greetings and welcome to Sparkles and Blessings. My name is Ducky and I am here in the Arizona sunshine, in the Arizona dust storms, in the generator filled air symphony. It's wonderful. You know, this is what people do. They leave the cold in Canada, come down here and get a little too warm and start the air conditioner. It's crazy, you know. I like to laugh. I'm here to talk about what happened to me when I was about 17 years old. I wrote a book of poetry. I wrote a book of 30 poems and I was very proud of it. You know, just the fact that I wrote 30 poems. And they weren't bad. You know, I had spent about a year, you know, updating them and changing them and revising them until every word seemed right. And so my uncle Henry, God bless him, you know, he said, sure, yeah, I'd be willing to take a look at it, you know. And my mother went, okay, if he can come up with something, I might be able to cover it. Oh, this is going to happen. You know, I was going to get a book of poetry. Of course, you know, it was lame poetry. It was high school poetry, but I thought it was okay. You know, those that read it said it was okay, but I know they were being nice. Yeah. So and when I come across those poems, you know, from time to time, I don't want to read them. Don't want to read them. Anyway, when I was still excited about this and I was planning on having a book of poetry published, I had to think of a name. And I put a lot of thought into it and I came up with the name Aria. Aria. A-R-I-A. Aria, which in Latin, Italian, but it has a meaning, and this meaning is aria is a song written for one voice. An operatic solo is an aria, and I love that name. I love that word. A song written for one voice. And my aunt had done some work on it too, and she showed me some artwork that she'd come up with, and I was just so stoked about getting this done. I was still in grade 12. I just started grade 12. Yes. So, as it turns out, by the end of the year, I was engaged to be married. And my husband was being shipped out east to Greenwood, Nova Scotia. It was a very quick thing, and we were engaged, and he said, well, why don't we just go now, get married now? So his mother, God bless her, and his family, God bless them, came up with a wedding in 5 weeks. It was amazing. It really was. Anyway, so the money that my mother was going to put towards my poetry book went towards my wedding instead. And that's all right. That's all right. So, Aria, the poetry book, never happened. Stay tuned. This is Ducky out.